What is integrity?
That's a hard question to answer, as integrity is less of a solid concept such as kindness. It is more of a cluster of overlapping qualities. Thus, it cannot be compressed into one dimension.
Integrity was created by philosophers as a way to define self-virtue, or being honest to yourself, a consistency in what you do based on your own beliefs.
Integrity is personal moral consistency, not succumbing to peer pressure, but what you believe in.
Morale consists of the following three concepts.
Treat others as you would like them to treat you.
Treat people who are special to you in a proper way, not because you want them to treat you better.
Treat every human being, even animals, as you would like to be treated, even when they are not likely to cooperate, even when they're not likely to fight back.
The concepts listed above are all part of morality. Integrity always involves keeping these points in mind when acting or talking as to not hurt others. But if this is true, where does the Darwin theory of evolution come into place?
The Darwinian theory covers the first two concepts, stating that they are all a part of natural selection, which is survival of the fittest. Treating others well allow better circumstances for surviving, as they will return the favor. Treating people special to you creates allies and teams for future advantage.
Yet, the third concept, treating every human being as you would like to be treated, even if it isn't beneficial, doesn't relate to Darwin's theory of evolution. But how or why did this part of morality come to be?
Perhaps we are better than we seem, and there really is a little part of our brain that can tell right from wrong.
The opposite of integrity could be hypocrisy, not doing what you mean and telling others. Hypocrisy is also known as politics.
The underlying fact is that integrity could be different among any one of us, because we all have a variety of environments and influences growing up.
Everyone has different opinions, and by extension, integrity has a different meaning to everyone. It likely may be the most difficult trait to judge.
To find integrity, you also need to find yourself, the meaning of life to you. What's inside is what matters, your closest people, your values, opinion, and will. To thine own self be true, a trait much harder to master than you think.
Integrity is beneficial in businesses, relationships, and your own self-fulfillment.
Successful people tend to have three qualities.
1, they're competent at what they do.
2, they build a line.
And 3, this has to do with integrity. They have the right character.
In other words, there are plenty of people with the first two qualities, but who a person is will ultimately determine if their brains, talents, effort, and opportunities will succeed.
As W. Clement Stone said, have the courage to say no. Have the courage to face the truth. Do the right thing because it's right. These are the magic keys to living your life with integrity.
Honesty and integrity. What's the difference? When you're honest, you tell others or yourself the truth about it, whether good or bad. Integrity is when you tell the truth, but with your morals in mind. Let's give an example.
There was a girl who was murdered, and her parents told reporters that they wanted the murderer to be sentenced with the death penalty. But her parents also knew that their daughter told them before she was killed that she didn't want the killer to be sentenced to the death penalty if she's ever murdered.
Her parents had a lot of integrity and told the judge that they didn't want the murderer to be sentenced to the death penalty, even though they wanted him to be. Integrity is when you do things that you think is right, even if it's considered not convenient.
Another example is from a golf player who is going to have a record of winning 4 games in a single year, and he had won 13 championships in a year. In one of his tournaments, he nudged the ball slightly by accident when it ran into the woods, but no one saw him.
He was the one to penalize himself to the scorekeeper, and that score was the one that kept him from winning the game. Others congratulated him for his integrity, but he replied,
You might as well praise the man for not robbing the bank.
Confidence, respect, and honesty are all important personality traits regarding integrity. You can't embody this trait if you have a weak self-respect. It's about a balance between being humble and being arrogant.
Integrity is its own reward, but every reward has its struggles. Can you be yourself throughout the toughest moments of your life? Can you believe in yourself when everyone's against you?
Integrity is unique, but it also means constance. Overcoming the outside influences and being in touch with your heart is a difficult journey.
See yourself?
Find yourself.
Be yourself.
Integrity!